We is back once again with another reaction video, bruh. And today, I'm about to bring you guys story number 3 of the Craigslist horror stories, bro. I know this is an old video. This is from Mr. Nightmare, and this is like an old video from like a couple months ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. I forgot, but we is about to check this out. If you guys haven't seen first the story number 2 and 3, or first the first story number 1 and 2, go over there and show that video some love. Go watch that, like and subscribe over there. And like and subscribe right here. And if you guys don't subscribe to the channel, at least hit the like button, man. Dang. Let's do it. Story number 3.
It was 2011. I had to sell my old bicycle since I had recently got a new one.
Oh, he's selling something out.
It wasn't a piece of junk, so I figured I could get a couple $100 for it.
Couple hundred?
I had never used Craigslist before, so I had to have my son show me how to use it.
Like a good bike.
He basically put the whole ad together for me and showed me how to actually post it. He listed my phone number so that anyone who was interested could text or call me. The ad was up for a few days with no bites, and I was becoming impatient. I think after 3 days, I finally got a text from someone late in the day showing interest in coming to buy the bike. He got right down to it actually in his first text, saying he wanted to come get the bike as soon as possible. I told him he could come right now and included my address. He said he'd be over within half an hour. I was happy to potentially be getting this bike off my mind finally. I was actually home alone.
Sure
I don't fully remember what my family was doing.
I'm just kidding.
I think my wife and younger son had gone out shopping while my older son just went out with his friends. But you get the point, I was alone. I was sitting in my living room watching TV. It was dark out by now when I heard a car pull up in front of the house outside. I looked out the window and watched as 3 grown men got out of the car. Right off the bat, that screamed overkill. I didn't even need to take a long...
Dude, 3 grown men. He said he looked out the window to see 3 grown men pull out of a car. What? Dude, we'd say if you was if you was selling like a car and like they needed 3 people with them, you know what I'm saying, to make sure everything alright, check everything out. Especially if it's like a expensive car, you're gonna need a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. But for a bike, dude. You don't need 3 people to look at a bike. That's
2 other people to go check out a bicycle. One of them rang the bell. They had to have seen me standing by the window, so they knew I was there. So I opened the door, and the man standing in front of the other 2 reached out and shook my hand. His name was Jeffrey. Or at least that's what he claimed.
That's scary.
He was a big dude. You wouldn't have to look at him twice to know he lifted weights. He also had a really thick beard and deep voice. He didn't introduce his 2 friends, though, who were just standing behind him looking at me with blank expressions. They weren't exactly tiny men either.
Yeah, they look
As I was mid-sentence telling them let's go around back, Jeffrey cut past me and into my house, saying, "Which way to the bike?" His 2 friends followed. What? The idea of making sure they didn't enter my house was clearly out the window. So I rushed in front of them and led them down the half stairs to the back door. Jeffrey and one of his friends came out back with me, while his 3rd friend asked me where the restroom was.
I would be like, yeah, it's
outside.
I
paused for the longest time.
Lock the door, shut the door.
How was I about to let this random guy go use my bathroom while I was out here with his 2 friends?
Yeah.
As I looked at his 2 friends who were staring at me, I submissively gave him directions to my bathroom. As that man disappeared into my house, I went to the shed to grab the bicycle. On my walk to and from the shed fetching the bike, all I was thinking was, what did I just get myself into? So, I showed Jeffrey the bike. He started analyzing every little detail of the bike, like things no one should ever even think to analyze on a bike. For example, like some of the spokes may have been slightly bent.
Dude, I said it just right before he did. I was like, what the spokes are here? He says, you analyze the spokes. Oh my god, dude, I was like, this what the spokes? How did I know? Dude, that's hilarious. That was a great guess.
On my walk to and from the shed fetching the bike, all I was thinking was, what did I just get myself into?
Dude, that's hilarious.
So, I showed Jeffrey the bike.
I'm like, what the spokes?
He started analyzing every little detail of the bike, like things no one should ever even think to analyze on a bike. For example, some of the spokes may have been slightly bent, or the reflector had scuff marks on it. I was so busy answering his questions and trying to defend the condition of the bike from his remarks that I didn't even think of that man who had supposedly been in my bedroom
he just
for almost 10 minutes.
He's trying to find an excuse.
That's
another thing. If he pointing out some small stuff like the spokes or whatever on a bike, and there's clearly nothing wrong with the bike. It's obvious that they're trying to kill time so he can so the other guy can rob him. He basically just a setup to get robbed, dude. Like I so seen that coming.
The two of them to keep checking out the bike. I'd be right back to fetch something. I went inside and checked both the bathrooms, the one on the first floor and the one upstairs. Both of them were empty though. Just then, I heard people walking around and talking in my living room downstairs. Then, what sounded like Jeffrey calling my name. I heard them coming up the stairs. Jeffrey said something along the lines of, "We just want to talk to you. You can relax."
We just want to talk to you.
My heart was racing. That's not an understatement. I actually thought that night was going to be the night of my death.
Oh, God.
I quietly shut the bathroom door and locked it, keeping the lights off, however.
Call the police.
I dialed 911 on my phone and whispered as quietly as I could to the operator to send police right away, or I could be dead within 10 minutes.
Dang, dude.
She wanted me to...
Dang. That is crazy. Cause like, and I'm just picturing myself in that situation. Like, picture yourself in that situation. Like, that's literally life and death right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he just said is just bone chilling. Like, dude, let's go back.
To remain calm, I quietly shut the bathroom door and locked it.
Hey, listen, dude. Just imagine yourself in on the situation.
I dialed 911 on my phone and
You had to
whispered
be
as
quiet.
quietly as I could to the operator to send police right away, or I could be dead within 10 minutes. She wanted me to remain calm and to try my best to explain the situation quietly. After explaining, she told me it was good that I was in a locked room, and to wait there until the cops showed up. Footsteps came up to the bathroom door and stopped. Then someone tried the door handle. When they realized it was locked, one of them said in a low voice, "He's in there."
Oh my God.
I told the operator they found me. She said to stay where I was.
Oh my gosh.
After a few seconds of silence on the other end, there was a frighteningly loud bang on the door. And then another and another.
Oh, no.
They were trying to kick the door down. I screamed the cops are almost here, and then the kicking stopped.
He should never said
whispering
that.
to each other, and then I heard them stomping down the stairs.
Well, yeah, he should.
I didn't leave the bathroom until the cops showed up. I was missing a lot of things, like my wallet, which was on the kitchen counter, a couple watches, my iPad, and of course, the bike that was in the backyard.
Of course, they stole the bike.
The cops told me that
they still stole a bike.
Which I was, but how could I be happy really after this?
Dude, if he would have never said the police, if he would have never said the police is almost here, what should he have said that, or should he just not say that? Like it's let him keep banging on the door, and then who knows what happened after that. But if he would have said, like he just said, the police was here, they had left, so they got away. Like I wanted them to get him. Like, that's what I'm saying.
The cops said, given that they were trying to break into the bathroom, they were most likely going to kill me.
Yeah, they
which
was.
Scares the hell out of me to think about.
So he should have said that.
That was the one and only time I ever used Craigslist.
Dang. I don't think I ever want to use Craigslist now after watching this. Dude, if he would have never said they put the cops was almost here, dude, they would have banged that door down. Cause he said he described them as three big dudes, so they would have definitely broke that door down and got him. Dang. I mean, he could have held the door down. Or held the door, but who knows how long the police would have took? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that was key what he said, man. That made him leave. And of course they stole a bike anyway. They still stole the bike, dude. That's crazy. Like you would think they had to say, you would think it was just for, you know what I'm saying, like just for a reason to get the, you know what I'm saying, from the rob them. They still stole the bike anyway, like they really wanted it. That's crazy. That story number 3 was definitely my favorite one out of all 3 of these. Go ahead and leave a like on this video because I know you guys want to. Go down, leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below. What y'all waiting on, man? For daily reactions. And if you guys don't subscribe to the channel, at least hit the like button, man. Dang. Alright, that was my favorite one. That was definitely my favorite one, bro. That was good right there. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I don't know what I'm gonna react to next, but whatever it is, it's gonna be right here, man. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Wow.